They ate, yes. Later on, they ate on camp and with so many aspects of life. They have thoughts that's very important to us in our journey. Uh, I won't mention the name of the agency. I want the representative to come and introduce what is the name of the agency, what they are doing, and how, why they are created, and why is it important for us to come and discuss one of the things here with us. So, without taking much of our time, I would like to call on is an assistant commandant general, Lokovic, also a business staff officer, and drug demand reduction PR in the office of the chairman of, I don't want to call it, but let me say NDLEA. So join me with my Atama Club. Who's going to guide? So join me in what
Matano, 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 tabako, 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 matama, 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 tabako, tabako, tabako,
Yes, no, no problem. No problem. No problem. Thank you very much.
As the teacher said, my name is Shehu Mohammed Wabulu. I am an assistant commander general of narcotics. Maybe you may not know the rank, but it is equivalent to an assistant inspector general of police in the police. In the army, it is equivalent to lieutenant general in the army. I am from the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. We are settled, is this still loud? One is better.
Okay. All right. So the work of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, two principal functions. Number one, we go about arresting people that deal in drugs. Marijuana, that is Indian hemp, cocaine, heroin, tramadol, Exol 5, amphetamine, methamphetamine, and all those classes of dangerous drugs. That is one function of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Second function is we go about like this. We educate, we sensitize, we conscientize on the dangers of abusing these drugs, whether it is marijuana or cocaine or heroin or methamphetamine or goskolo, ogogoro, burukutu, madaran sukudaye, pito, goskolo, and all of that. So these are the functions we carry. So I don't know, are you hearing me well, or I should be mixing with Hausa? I don't know. Eh? Okay, are you okay? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Okay, good. God bless you. So that is our function. So we are here this morning to tell you the dangers of abusing these drugs, whether it is cigarette, tobacco, whether it is marijuana, whether it is cocaine, whether it is shisha, whether it is burkutu, or ogogoro, or goskolo, or pito, or cocaine, or mederus kudai, and all of that. What? Palm wine. You say palm wine what? Yes, palm wine. Thank you. So all of these constitute drugs of abuse. So, but first and foremost, before we go into the lecture of the dangers, these are the concepts I want us to cover. I want us to understand these concepts. Number one, what is a drug? We are going to understand that. What drug is. Then, we are also going to understand what medicine is. So what is the difference between a drug and a medicine? We are going to understand that. Then number three, we are going to understand what is drug abuse. When they say you are abusing drugs, what does it mean? That is number three. Number four, what is drug misuse? Just as there is difference between drug and medicine, there's also a difference between drug abuse and drug misuse. Are we together? Are you understanding? Because I'm going to ask questions at the end. So we are going to understand what a drug is, what a medicine is. We are also going to understand what drug abuse is and what drug misuse is. Then, I hope I have a marker here. We are going to see the dangers of abusing drugs. Do we have a marker? We are going to see the dangers of abusing drugs. Dangers of abusing drugs are classified. Thank you. Dangers of abusing drugs are classified into four different types of dangers. Are we together? Yes, so we have physical danger. Physical, or it is also called health danger. It is also called health danger. We are going to list them. You are going to see all of this. Physical danger or health danger. For example, you have breast cancer. We have breast cancer. It's a physical danger of drug. You have number two, cervical cancer. Cervical cancer. You have number three, lung disease. Lung disease. Number four, heart attack. Heart attack. So we are going to list them. I'm just giving examples here. Examples of just four of them. Are we together? Then, so this is what? A. I said there are four. So we have A, physical danger. Then B, we have social danger. Social danger, these are the dangers that affect somebody in the society. So we have social danger. We have social danger. Are we together? We have social danger. Social danger, we have number one, poor performance in class. So if you see somebody performing poorly, I'm going to give you examples on all of this. Formerly, the person is scoring 90, 95 in mathematics. He is now scoring 10, 15. That means there is every indication that he or she has started following bad friends and has started going into drug. So poor performance in class. Poor performance in class. Poor performance in class. This is short form of performance. No, this is so that it will not end there. You understand performance? Poor performance in class, eh? Poor attendance in class. Poor attendance in class. Is this school a day school or boarding house? Both. Both, very good. So those that are attending day school, if you know that he used to come very early in the morning, every time he used to come, very good attendance in class, then you now see that he will start coming late. Instead of he or she coming in the morning about 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, now he is coming 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning. Poor attendance in class. Are we together? Number 3, stealing. Stealing. Yes. Okay, not just, okay, not just. Okay, okay. Okay, different difference. Okay, here. Okay. Okay, I see. That's interesting. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, from this. Okay. Okay. So, do you understand? Okay, so this also what? 3 examples of social danger. Then you have C. Yes. All right. Okay, thank you very much. Psychological danger. Psychological danger. This is the danger that this is the effect on the brain by drugs. Who has seen a madman here? You have all seen madmen, Abby, and mad women. How do they look like? Yeah? Yes. Yeah? They are black. Yes, yes, they are haggard, yes. But madmen, yes, they used to pick something inside was being very good. So that is one of the dangers of what? Psychological danger of drugs. The moment somebody starts taking cigarettes, you start graduating to what? To marijuana. Before you know it, the person will become what? Mad. Do you understand? Yes, so, for example, madness. So, there's also another example. For example, if somebody is taking marijuana here or tramadol, the thing will touch his brain before becoming mad. So if the person, for example, is here as we are, he will tell you, look at monkey. Is there a monkey here? Are you seeing monkey? So that is what? Hallucination. He will start seeing things that are not there. So that is hallucination. It's another danger of abusing drugs. Hallucination. Hallucination. So these are what? Dangers. Psychological danger. There you have D. Spiritual. Spiritual danger. Spiritual danger. Spiritual danger, these are the provisions. These are the provisions in the Holy Quran that spelled out what punishment somebody is going to encounter. The punishment from God. You understand? The punishment from God. So now, before we go into all of this, maybe we may not have time to go into all these things I listed for you. The dangers of drugs, that is the 4 dangers of drugs. Then we are also going to see the signs and symptoms. What are those signs that would indicate to you that somebody has started doing drugs? We are also going to see those signs and symptoms. So now, if we are not able to cover all these topics, I want to give you references. So you take them. When you get back home, you refer to them. You will see where all these things have been spelled out. So one of the references is the Holy Quran. In the Holy Quran, we are going to have a look at Surah Al-Baqarah. That is Surah 2, verse 195 and 219. Are we together? Do you understand? Okay, what surah did I say? Huh? Yes, Surah what? Which surah? So who can say, I just mentioned a surah now? Yes. Yes, that is surah what? There's surah 2 in the Holy Quran. Yes, which verse? How many verses? Yes, 195 and what? That is why you have to pay attention. Because maybe when I live here, you will not see me. And these are very, very important to you. It is just a form of revision I am giving you. Because all these things, it concerns drug abuse and the accompanying consequences. All of them have been spelled out in the Holy Quran and some relevant hadiths. And we are going to have a look at all of them. Yes, so tell me. Yes, Surah 2, that is Surah Al-Baqarah, yes. Verse what? 195, yes, and what? 219, correct. So Surah Al-Baqarah, that is Surah 2, verse 195 and 219. So that is the surah we are going to have a look at in the Holy Quran. Second surah is Surah Al-Nisa'i. Yes, Surah Al-Nisa'i. That is Surah 4. That is Surah 4, verse 29. I'm giving you this so that when you get home, you refer to all of them and see what has been said about drug use and the accompanying consequences in them. Yeah, so Surah Al-Nisa'i, that is Surah 4, verse 29 and verse 43. Have you taken that? Surah Al-Nisa'i, that is Surah 4, verse 29 and verse 43. What surah? Huh? So which one? Surah Al-Baqarah or Surah Al-Nisa'i? Have you taken it down? You haven't taken it down. You see? You know there's a purpose why you are here. I'm going to give you some examples of how drugs destroy people. Yeah, so I'm just giving you a highlight now. So I said the second surah is Surah Al-Nisa'i. That is Surah 4, verse 29 and verse 43. The third surah. The third surah is Surah Al-Ma'idah. Surah Al-Ma'idah. Surah 90, verse 90. Surah Al-Ma'idah is Surah 5, verse 90 and 91. So we can no have time to go through all of them. Have we taken that down? Surah Al-Ma'idah, that is Surah 5, verse 90 and 91. Which surah? Surah Al-Ma'idah, yes. What verse and what verse? And what? 90 and 91. And 91. All right. So you now have an idea of all of this. We are also going to have a look at some hadiths. As I said, all these things are reminders. Your teachers, when it comes to morality, they must have touched on all these verses, including some hadiths. So look at the following hadiths again. Tirmidhi and Ibn Majah. Hadith by Tirmidhi and Ibn Majah. You have to take it down. At the end, I'm going to ask questions. Tirmidhi and Ibn Majah. A hadith by Tirmidhi and Ibn Majah. Allah Jalla wa Ala and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam caused 10 people to curse. To curse. You know what it is for somebody's father or mother to curse him? Do you understand the implication of that? Good. So in this hadith, Allah Jalla wa Ala and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam caused 10 people. Number one, the person that gives his place for the production of drugs. The person that gives his house or his premises for the production of drugs. The person that is in charge of the production. Then the people that are doing the production of the drugs. Then the driver that carried those drugs, whether it is palm wine, as she said, whether it is madaran skudai or goskolo or ogogoro or cocaine or heroin or goskolo or pito or exol 5. The person that did the transportation, and then the person that served as the conductor of the vehicle, and the person to whom that drug is going to be taken to there, maybe in Lagos or in Abuja or somewhere. About 10 of them have all been caused by God. I think you can see the danger. And see, unless if they repent, their Hajj, their fasting, and their prayers are not accepted. You can see the danger inherent in drugs. And you know what? You must do them. Allah will not accept if you are into drugs or you are the person that participated in this, either production or transportation. Your Hajj, your fasting, your prayers are not accepted, and you must do them. Allah will not accept them. Because why? You assisted in the production of illegal drugs, whether cocaine or marijuana, or pito, or goskolo, or gogoro. Yes, your fasting, your Hajj, and your prayers are not accepted by God, and you must do them. That is according to that hadith of Tirmidhi and Ibn Majah. Then another hadith by Al-Hakim, radiallahu anhu, said, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if you know that this drug intoxicates, let us say Tramol, for example, intoxicates, and you go ahead to take it, Allah Jalla wa Ala has turned his back against you for 40 nights. If you are not intoxicated. But if you take it and you become intoxicated for 40 nights, God has turned his back against you, and if you die in that condition, you die as an idol worshipper, and you will be made to drink the pulse of the inhabitants of hellfire. You have to understand all of this. You understand? Okay, so now, United Nations, do you understand? United Nations did a research and found out that there is no danger like drug abuse all over the world. There is no danger that is more than the abuse of drugs, whether it is kidnapping or murder. It is not as dangerous as hard drugs. Are we together? This is in conformity with Islamic injunction. In Islam, drugs is called Kaba'ir. So what is the meaning of Kaba'ir in English? Who can say what is the meaning of Kaba'ir? Kaba'ir is Arabic. So who can say that in English? Kaba'ir. Yes. The mother of harmful substance. Clap for her. Okay, who can add on what she said? Who can add? Yes? Something that is bad? Kaba'ir. 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 What's the meaning in English? What? Mother of harmful substance, that's what she said. Yes? Yes? Very good. That is the exact word. Mother of all sins. You know mother, that is Kaba'ir, biggest sins. So, mother of the biggest sins, that is Kaba'ir. That is what drugs are referred to in Islam. Mother of the greatest sins. Do you understand? Okay, so we said, I said, I'm going to give you some 3 books. We have given the Holy Quran, and we gave reference to Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah Al-Nisa'i, and Surah Al-Ma'idah. And now I have given two hadiths, hadith by Tirmidhi and Ibn Majah, and the hadith by Al-Hakim. Okay, so now the second book, Al-Halal wal-Haram fil Islam. Al-Halal wal-Haram fil Islam. So who can tell me the meaning of that book in English? Al-Halal wal-Haram fil Islam. Yes? Eh? Look, you see, as I'm talking, I don't need microphone. Yes? The good and forbidden, yes? In Islam. Yes? You want to say something different? Oh, very good. Al-Halal, the good. Wal-Haram, and the forbidden. In Islam. In Islam. So it's the name of a book, an Islamic book. You see all those dangers by Dr. Yusuf. Then the third book, Kitab al-Kaba'ir. Kitab al-Kaba'ir. You so see, ladies are just overshadowing you. They are just answering the questions. Kitab al-Kaba'ir, what is the meaning of that? Kitab al-Kaba'ir, yes? Yes, the book of the major sins. You wanted to say major sins, you say all this. So that is it, Kitab al-Kaba'ir by Muhammad Yusuf. Kitab al-Kaba'ir, that is the book of the major sins. The book of the major sins. So these are the three Islamic books. Then there is one other book that has to do with drugs purely. Narcotic drug laws and enforcement policies. Narcotic drug laws and enforcement policies. When you go to higher level, these things I am giving you will be very, very useful for you. Narcotic drug laws and enforcement policies, the law and contemporary problems. So these are the books. So now I'm going to tell you some stories that are concerned with the drugs and the accompanying consequences. You listen very attentively and very carefully. I was in charge of the United Nations NDLEA Rehabilitation Center in Northeast from 2008 to 2021. I was heading that center. So in the process, I came across young people that went into drugs, and the drugs sort of destroyed their lives. So it is some of the stories I want to share with you. There was a girl that was brought to me to the rehabilitation center. She was chronically into drugs. The drugs have devastated her. So I asked the parents, how did it start? They said that girl was very, very brilliant, exceptionally gifted. She was in SS2 in her class. People from SS3, since she was in SS1, people from SS3, students from SS3, were coming to her in her SS1 class. For what? For solution in mathematics. Very, very brilliant. Any mathematics you bring within 5 minutes, she has finished it. You know, there are students like that, right? Naturally gifted. Sometimes they will solve a mathematical problem. The teacher will be wondering what way they followed. His own way is different, the way they followed is different, but they arrive at the answer. I am telling you, that girl was seriously gifted in mathematics. So you know what happened? One morning, as they were sitting like that, that one was combined class. So she was sitting like this, and then her classmate was seated here. So she saw the classmate brought something out of his pocket. So she asked him, Danjuma, what is this? So he told her that this is Igbo. So who knows what is Igbo? Yes, what is Igbo? Cigarette, yes? Cigarette? Yes? No, yes? Huh? Wheat. Very good. So Igbo means wheat, or wheat, or Indian hemp. Do you understand? Are we together? So she saw Danjuma brought it. So she asked him, Danjuma, what is this? He told her that this is Igbo or Wiwi or Indian hemp. So she asked, what does he do? He said, if you light this thing and smoke it, everything you are taught from nursery school to the university, you will remember it. See a girl that was solving mathematical problems for SS3. Somebody will tell you that you will take this, and everything you are taught from nursery school to the university, you will not forget. Why didn't you go and take it so that he will be like you? But she collected it. She said, okay, let me go and try it. He went home, she liked this thing, and she smoked it. Her head turned. The next day, this is a girl that constantly comes to class and always seated in the front. The next day, they didn't see her in class until around closing time. Poor attendance. The beginning of a problem. Somebody that was scoring 100 in mathematics, physics, chemistry, everything, taking first in class. That was how she continued. Another day, she saw that Juma brought some tablets. She asked him, what are these tablets? He told her these tablets are called tramadol. He said, what does it do? He said, if you take tramadol, you will be walking from morning till evening like a donkey. You will not get tired. She said, give me. She collected it. She went and took it. Then she now came to this. The physics and the mathematics started what? Yes, started going away, leaving her. No concentration, no focus, no attendance, nothing. So that people were coming to her to learn mathematics and physics, she would even do assignments for them. Now she started going to others to learn the mathematics. Before you know it, that was all. She was no more coming to class. That was the beginning of her failure. What we learned that time, she traveled to Kano and joined some other bad gangs and went into prostitution. That was where the parents went and got her. By that time, her classmates have since graduated in the universities. And look at, we are looking for what? Female mathematicians, female doctors, female nurses, and look at the destruction that the drug, this thing caused that girl. There was a school also in Adamawa. Let me be specific. Who knows Adamawa here? Okay, you know Adamawa? Okay, which state is Adamawa State? What is the capital of Adamawa State? What is the capital of Adamawa State? Who can tell me the capital of Adamawa State? Yes? Yola, very good. So, you know what? 1 year, when I was there was a secondary school. They came first in WAEC. You go and check which year. That school came first in WAEC in Adamawa. So, you know what? When they saw that that school has name, they have come first in WAEC all over the country. You are the first in WAEC. You know what? The children of big men started bringing their children. They are clearing 9 distinctions, A1, 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 all of them. They started bringing their children there. Before you know it, they brought together with what? With children that are also doing drugs inside the school. I hope you are together with me. So, among those children that they were bringing, this one will teach this one. This one will teach this one how to take tramadol. This one will teach this one how to smoke cigarette. This one will teach this one how to smoke shisha. This one will teach this one how to smoke marijuana. This one will teach this one how to smoke cocaine. That was how that school was devastated. So the following year, only 3 students got 5 credits in that school. Very school that last year came first in the country in WAEC. Now, just 2 years later, only 3 students got 5 credits. That is how, again, students started running away from the school. I hope we are together. That is why Islam said it is the mother of all crime. But let me tell you how this story originated. In pre-Islamic history, there was a man that was passing by a house. So he had a woman shouting in that house. Are you following me? He had a woman shouting in the house. So the woman continued crying, wailing. You would think maybe they are slaughtering her. So he entered the house with the intention to see what was happening with that woman and save her life. When he entered that house, immediately he entered, the woman grabbed him by the collar. She was naked. She said, "You must sleep with me. She has a newborn baby. Or you kill this baby. Or you must drink this drug." So that man said, over his dead body, Allah said, if you kill somebody, even if that person is not a Muslim, if you kill him, God will never forgive him. So he said he's not going to kill that baby, a newborn baby. He said he was not going to kill the newborn baby. Then she now said, okay, you must sleep with me. He said, over my dead body. That is another kaba'ir. That anybody that sleeps with a woman that is not his wife, God will never forgive him, and he must enter hellfire. So he said he was not going to sleep with that woman too. She now said, okay, so in that case, you must take this drug. He said, yes, it's better for him to take that drug. So he went and collected that drug and took the drug. What happened? He said, started turning. He said he started turning. Psychological danger. He said he started turning. He didn't know what he was doing. So immediately he held that woman, he slept with her, and then he now said this little baby was watching. So he carried knife and then slaughtered the baby. When he was going out, he entered her room and carried all her jewelries, that woman. So he slept with her, he killed the baby, and he went and stole in her room. So what has happened there? Who can tell me what happened? Yes? Drug abuse? Yes? Eh? The what? The effect of the drug. Who can expatiate? Yeah? He was tricked? No, he wasn't actually tricked, yes? Very good. Let us clap for her. Yes. So, look at what happened. Number one, he came with the intent of saving that woman. Whatever was happening with her, he didn't know. So he came with the intent of saving her life. So what did he mean? When he came, she held him by the collar and said he must sleep with her. He said, no, I can't sleep with somebody that is not my wife. So this. He said, then you must kill this baby. Murder. Kill him. He said, God can never forgive somebody that killed somebody, even if that person is not a Muslim. You don't have the right to kill him. So he said, no. So he did what he never intended to do. Because of what? Because of the abuse of that drug. You know? So he took the drugs. And then he did all of this. Yes. So he did what he never intended to do. That is why it is called Kaba'ir in Islam. Drug is the mother of all crime. And remember, he also stole, when he was going out, he stole her jewelries. Why? Because he took drugs. Yes. So drugs can make you do things that you never intend to do. In Abuja here, a lady graduated from secondary school. She was into drugs. So the parents said the only way maybe she can stop these drugs is let us get her married to somebody. They got her married, not knowing that you have to take somebody to the NDLEA for rehabilitation if the person is into drug. You cannot say, no, let us open a shop for him or her. No, let us get him a government job. Let us get him police or army. He cannot do, unless if he goes under what? Drug abuse rehabilitation. So they now say, let us get her married. They got her married while she was still doing drugs. You know what? She carried everything that the husband has and sold. She carried his computer, went and sold it and took drugs. She carried his iPhone, went and sold it. The moment he goes to work, she will steal something and go and sell to take drugs. She removed all the AC, air conditioning system in the house, AC, and sold. So it continued like that. He didn't know what to do. One day, he came from work. You know what? He didn't meet her. He didn't meet his wife in the house. They have a 5-month-old baby, very bouncing, fine baby boy. He didn't meet her in the house. He went around. He knows where she goes to take those drugs. She will go there and sell the iPhone, sell the air conditioning system, sell the fan, including his shoes. She was stealing to go and sell, to buy drugs. So when he didn't see her, he went to the drug joint searching for her. Immediately he went to a drug joint. He saw her coming out. He held her. She went and sold his computer, his iPhone, everything in the house. He said, so this is where you are. Okay, why did you keep our baby? Where is the baby? She was just looking at him. You know, so she showed him 3,000 naira. He said, where is the baby? So she said, where is the baby? She was just showing him 3,000 naira. You know what? She sold the baby at the rate of 15,000. She took drugs with 13,000, and that is the only 2,000 remaining. 5 months old baby, she sold to take drugs. Because there was nothing else in the house to sell. So she sold the baby. Up till now, the case is in the court with her parents. They didn't know who bought the baby. She was only crying that she sold the baby at the rate of 15,000 to take drugs. Are we together? Good. So there is nothing that Islam left about as far as drugs are concerned. In Islam, every Muslim has 5 obligations for another Muslim. Let's look at them. Salam. It is an obligation upon a Muslim. When you meet another Muslim, you say, Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. He answers you, Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You will not separate your hands until God forgives all of you. They said, if you know that that person takes drugs, if he says salam, do not answer him. And don't greet him salam if you know that he takes drugs. Are we together? So that is our obligation. But they say that if you know that he takes drugs, don't say salam for him. And if he salams you, don't answer him. Number 2 obligation. Sneeze. What is sneezing? What is sneezing? Huh? What is sneezing? Yes? Sneezing. Sneeze. Huh? What is sneeze? Yes? Sneeze. Huh? No. Yes? Huh? This is sneezing. Huh? Isn't it? Yes, so it's an obligation on a Muslim. If a Muslim sneezes, what do you say? Alhamdulillah. Then he replies what? Yarahamakallah. They said if you know that that person takes drugs, don't answer him. And if he will sneeze, he greets you, don't answer. This is another obligation. That obligation in Islam on a Muslim to another Muslim. Sickness It's an obligation. So if a Muslim brother is sick, maybe he is in Gwagwalada or Karu or Kuje, or is in India or Lagos, then you leave your place with the intention to go and greet him. In Islam, you are just on your way to paradise. If anything happens to you and you fall and you die, whether it is in the aircraft or on the train or in a motor car, you are going to paradise direct. They said if you know that that person that is sick is a drug user, he takes tramadol or cocaine or heroin or methamphetamine or pito or goskolo or gogoro or amphetamine or methamphetamine or shisha or goskolo or pito, they said do not go and greet him. So sickness is an obligation. The fourth obligation, death. If you see a Muslim corpse, they are going to lay him and then pray for him. You follow them, you pray for the dead body, you carry him to the grave. Your reward is like that of Mount Uhud. You know Mount Uhud? Mount Uhud in Saudi Arabia, if they carry Mount Uhud like this up, it will cover the whole world and whatever it is in it. They said if you follow for the burial of a Muslim brother, that is how your reward is going to be. They said if you know that that person takes drug and you have not repented, don't escort that dead body. Number 5. Walima. Who knows Walima? Yes. What is Walima? Eh? After finishing what? Okay, after finishing Holy Quran, what happens? Eh? 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 Okay, congratulations after finishing Holy Quran. Yes. Okay, she has. Eh? Eh? Quran graduation. Okay. Okay, so you guys only know Walima in Quran graduation. That is fine. That is fine. But in Islam, any form of positive achievement, any form of what? Positive achievement. So it could be the memorization of the Holy Quran. You organize for Walima. It could be marriage. You organize for Walima. It could be you buy a new car. You organize for Walima. It could be you newly get married. You organize for Walima. So any form of what? Positive achievement you organize. Do you understand? To appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is called walima. So they said it is an obligation. If a Muslim brother or sister gets any positive achievement, maybe she buys a car, she gets married, she will organize walima. They say it is an obligation for you to attend that walima. And even if you are fasting, remember how important walima is. Even if you are fasting, if it is not an obligatory fasting like Ramadan, but it is a nafil fasting like Taswa and Ashura, or Thursday and or Monday and Thursday, or the fasting of Prophet Dawood, fast today, tomorrow you break, fast today, tomorrow. Huh? Huh? Yes, Arafah, thank you. Yes, and Arafah fasting. So all these are nafil fasting. Huh? Yes. Yes, Alpha fasting. Yes, Alpha fasting. She said it. Yes, yes. Very good. So Sita Shawwal, very good. So Sita Shawwal and what? And Alpha fasting, and then yes, that's fasting. You hold yourself. You will not eat after it. Very good. You understand? Then the fasting of Prophet Dawood alayhi salatu wasalam. You fast today, tomorrow you break. You fast today, tomorrow you break. Or the fasting of the three light days in a month. Yeah? There's 3 light days in a month, 13, 14, 15. You don't know it. Every month, 13, 14, 15, that is light of the month. So you fast 3 days. So all these are what? Are nafil fastings. So if you are doing any of them and you are invited for walima, you should suspend that fasting and then attend to walima. They said if you know that fasting, that man that arranges that walima is into drugs, they said do not go for the walima. Not talk of risking your fasting. So is that